Alright, so anyways, everybody, this is the final day of Aetherdrift. I always want to say Aetherborn for some reason. Aetherdrift set review. We're done with everything except red and green. So let's see if red is gonna be aggressive as it is a lot of times. Or is it gonna be a little bit chill and we're gonna have a slower format, which kind of looks like it's going towards that from the set review so far. Alright, first up we got Burner Rocket for 1 and a red. It's a 3-1 flash vehicle. When this vehicle enters, target creature you control gets +2/+0.
We're not sorting. What are you sorting by?
Let's do another card first, because I didn't sort by cost. So, forget about it. The first card up is Dynamite Diver. For red, it's a 1/1 pilot. This creature settles, mounts, and crews vehicles as though its power were 2 greater. When this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. Okay, so we're back to pilots being pilots. We're back to pilots having the token pilot effect. And that's something. That's usually something for a token, not a full card to have. When it dies, it deals 1 damage to any target. Kind of cool. Can kill those servos. Not servos. Can kill those topters. Can kill. I mean, X1s obviously, but it can kill the topters. The pilot tokens. I guess if people have them. It is kind of a role player, right? It does that, but you can kill the 4/1 vanilla. I don't know. Do I want this? Like, I don't know how much I'm going into the vehicle thing, into the vehicle team. And there are a lot of vehicles that crew for 1, so this is not it. I'm still super weirded out. Super weirded out. Why that the pilots are don't all have pilot effect. That some of them are just pilots and it's like normal creature.
Well, you see, the ones that can, the way that you can tell is that the pilots that can crew greater than their power have detective hats on.
Detective hats? But this doesn't have a detective hat.
It's a joke because what was a detective and what wasn't was kind of an issue in MKM as well. So they threw detective hats on all the detectives. That's how they try to fix it.
Oh, okay, okay. I didn't know that.
No, but it's bad. Yeah, it's
It is
just
bad, right? It is bad. I think
Yeah.
I'm trying to find reasons why it's like a good role player or something, but it just feels bad.
Oh, this card?
Oh, bad joke, yeah. To me, this feels kind of bad. Even though it trades with things. I mean, it does trade with things, but does this matter, this crew 2 or higher? I mean, how many vehicles are we going to be playing? Like,
You can get 2 speed on turn 2. You can get 2 speed on turn 2 with a 1-drop.
Oh, like you play this, and then you play 2-drop with max speed, with start your engines, and then you attack with this?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a whole turn faster.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that. Like, we already said that. I already said that I don't think super fast max speed is anything to write home about. But it's more like then the 1/1 death toucher is crazy, right? Because it goes through anything at any point. I just don't know if the first part matters that much on a full card. I think this is more like 1/1 deals 1 damage to any target. I think I'm gonna give it a D+, but I can see this being better. Can you talk me up or something? Because this does a lot of things for this set.
Yeah, I think it does enough of. I honestly think it does enough of everything for it to be a solid role player. I don't think it's a C, but it does trade with everything. It seems totally fine. I'm gonna give this a C-.
Okay, okay. It does settle. Like, settled costs are are higher than vehicles, so vehicle costs, crew costs. They are higher. But that is kind of nice. That's the nice part. I can see this being much. I gotta play with the card. I think I can see it being much better, but not sure how many mounts I'm gonna be getting. Type mount. I want to see like so common mounts. Common mounts. There is such a small amount of them. There is such a freaking small amount. Wow, and they basically all crew for settle for 1. Yeah, I don't think the first part matters much. I think it's the second part that does things. Let's see, but I still feel like the first part, being a pilot, doesn't matter too much. Aye.
Okay. Pedal to the metal, X red for an instant. Target creature gets +X+0 and gains first strike until end of turn. I mean, it's kind of expensive combat trick. It's always nice to think about fireballing people with this, but frankly speaking, that's not always. Well, that's usually not the mode that ends up mattering. It's nice that it's there, but the more important thing is how this functions as a combat trick, and the answer is very poorly. Like this is a bad combat trick. I guess you can like increase power to crew something. That's pretty stupid. This is super expensive. I think this is just a D.
We had this one at Uncommon in some set. I think maybe Phyrexial will be one, maybe. Where it also gave Trample, and that was amazing. Remember?
I didn't really play that set that much.
Oh, I think it was that set. And that was pretty amazing. But Trample means like you're also gonna like deal a ton of damage after you win combat.
Oh yeah. The X Lunar
Oh no,
Fury or something like that.
it was Midnight Hunt maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe Midnight Hunt.
It's first strike and trample.
Yeah, it also gave Trample. Yeah, it's the same card, just also gives Trample.
It's such a huge difference.
Huge difference. Like that's your finisher. This one is a finisher if something is unblocked, but that thing can be like deal a lot of damage, but also make your creature survive because you're not killing the opponent with this effect every time. Like Fireball is kind of nice. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give it a D as well. It's Lunar Frenzy. Yeah, it can be like a Fireball finisher, so that's nice. So it is common though, so you shouldn't have a hard time of getting it. But it is gonna be. It can be powerful in late game. Yeah, but pretty bad trick, just as a trick. Alright, next up, now we have the Burner Rocket with 1 and a red and a 3/1 and a flash, and it's a vehicle for crew 1. But when it enters the battlefield, target creature control gets +2/+0 and gains trample until end of turn. Okay, 2 mana 3/1 vehicle with crew 1 is extremely bad. It is horrible. It's basically unplayable. It's absolutely horrible. Okay, so let's focus on the effect. Flash, so you can play it at any point. It's a good effect, especially on a 2-drop. It's pretty powerful effect. But you still got that. It's not a trick. It doesn't like win you the combat a lot of times. This works. Scotty, what's up? What's going on?
I just have to close my door.
Ah, okay. Thought maybe you need a. We can have a little break if you need something with Hen.
I'm good. We're good.
This is not passive aggression, by the way. I'm just like asking if you need a few minutes. Yeah, the effect is pretty good on a 2-drop, but this effect on a 2-mana vehicle, I can see it being something like in Boros, where you have the 2/2 first striker, and then like this is the thing that lets you win combat. So that's like the best place for it. 2/2 first striker attacks, and this is actually a trick that lets you win combat. But other than that, oof, getting the vehicle in, damn. Man, why are these red cards so hard for me to grade? I think I'm just gonna give it a D.
Okay, I'm like pretty significantly higher on this one specifically. The most so I would actually normally think this is a very strong card if it were a creature, but like vehicle is a huge downside.
Huge.
Specifically because I think the best use of this is to take your small creatures and trade them up when you do attack. So you can just like, keep on turning creatures sideways, and then you can trade your small creatures for the large blockers if they try to block that way. That's how Rimrock Knight was used. But you actually need those small creatures afterwards to crew this. So it's kind of weird that it wants you to trade off your small creatures and then it wants small creatures left over. So that's like a little awkward for me. To the point it's actually really detrimental. I still think it's a pretty playable card. I'm actually giving this a C-.
Wow, that's very high. Yeah. The problem I have is again the same. You put too many vehicles in and it really doesn't matter what their effects are.
It doesn't keep your creatures alive either.
Yeah.
Your creatures are still dying.
Yeah.
If this gave first strike, it'd be pretty bonkers. I think.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Exactly. If this was +2/+2 or first strike, this is crazy. Because this is crazy.
Yeah, that'd be a crazy card.
Crazy card. I think they were a little bit too careful with the vehicles. We're nearing the end of the set review, and I still didn't change my opinion on vehicles. Still waiting for something to change my opinion.
Next up is Endrider Catalyst. Endrider Catalyst is 1 and a red for 2 mana 3/1 with Human Warrior. Start your engines. Max speed. Tap. Add. Red. Okay, this is like this is a 2 mana 3/1 for me.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, you can start your engines on turn 2, and that's fine. It's really hard to actually have this alone get speed because it will just trade with anything. I mean, it's better than nothing, sure. I don't really care about the max speed effect. This is pretty whatever to me. This is a D+. It's just really bad stats.
Yeah, this is for me vanilla 3/1, but the effect does nothing because once you're gonna have speed, you're not gonna need this double red, basically always. But it is, if you want to start your speed, then I can see this, like being a piece that starts your speed, doesn't help you get there, but starts your engines and starts your engines. What am I talking? Starts your speed, and you can like start building up the speed for some other cards. Not this one. Not this one. This is like a turn 7 ramp for 2, while you didn't trade your 2-drop somehow. I don't know how, but you didn't. Doesn't feel enticing to me. So I'm just gonna give it a D, straight D. Like it would be lower, but I can see this maybe being in Rakdos where you would like to have some cards that start your speed that can trade normally. So it's like trade it, start the speed. Okay.
I mean, it seems like a pretty mediocre card for a lot of archetypes.
Yeah. Because
But I mean, it technically synergizes with a bunch of stuff, but it doesn't synergize in a good way.
what do you mean it synergizes with a bunch of stuff?
Well, for red green, you want a bunch of mana. For Rakdos, you want the speed early.
But bunch of mana, once you get it, it's like you don't need it anymore, I think.
I mean, like these exhaust abilities cost like 8, 6. They're like a lot.
I don't know, not most of them feel like they cost less.
Okay.
I think most of them are 4 or 5 that I like. I think this is
they're
all
like 4 or 5, you're right.
For me this feels like it's only maybe then in Izzet where but you got where ramp is maybe gonna matter for later on because you can like draw cards, loot, or make that flyer big. No, it's still gonna be on a D. I feel like this tap is 99% of the matches is gonna do nothing. It's just like start your engines if you need speed for other cards, and that's not very powerful.
All right, I'll fight you. 95.
Whoo! Okay, let's do the count.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the count when we start drafting. Tomorrow we do the count in our. Oh no,
Well, you'll count by yourself.
Okay, you can join me, and we can draft together, and do the count together.
That's true. I could.
Do you want to do that?
I'll join you for a draft.
You're gonna do it for one draft?
Yeah, I'll do it for a draft.
Perfect. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, next up, Gilded Goda. For 1 and a red, it's a 2/2. Whenever this creature attacks while settled, create a treasure token. And you can settle it for 1. That's kind of nice. It's a nice 2-drop. Gets you the artifact if you need it. Trades, just probably trades. This is kind of nice. Like, later on, it's not going to do much with this settle effect. It's just a 2/2. It's not that great. But I kind of like this. What's the lore? Why does the horse make treasures and somebody rides it? I don't know. Yeah, I'm on a C- for this, something like that. Let's give it a C- for start. It's a fine 2-drop to have in the deck.
I think it's a good D-drop. I understand it's just a bear, but the effect is actually really strong and really not that hard to do. Saddle 1, anything. So I'm on a C.
Okay.
It's a good card for me.
Would you prefer this having just when it dies, it makes a treasure?
I think that'd be worse.
But ETB make a treasure would be way better, right?
Way better. Yeah, way better.
Okay.
Kick off celebrations, 1 in a red for an enchantment. Start your engines. When this enchantment enters, you may discard a card. If you do, draw 2 cards. Max speed, sacrifice this enchantment. Creatures and vehicles you control gain haste until end of turn. I understand that it has some cards that synergize with discard and draw. I don't think that this moves the needle particularly hard on how much you value this card. I don't think I care that this has start your engine specifically. The max speed effect is fine. Nothing incredible. I'm not clamoring for this type of effect. Tormenting Voice used to be underrated, and now I think it's just not very good on its own. And I don't think it's... Sacking for free is kind of nice. But I still don't think we're going to be clamoring to put like 2-3 of these in our deck. Well, hold on. 2-3 of enchantment, 1 in a red. I could kind of see it. I could actually kind of see it, and the effect is relatively powerful. So it's still a D+ for me.
Did we? What was this card in? I think it was Brothers War, maybe Brothers War.
Yeah, that was Bitter Reunion or something.
It was the same, but it didn't. You didn't have to have max speed, or
But you had to add extra mana.
you had to use the mana to do it. Okay, I can see this. Haste is not nothing. I can see this. Start your engines. It starts your engines if you need that, but it kind of like doesn't help you with the engines, I guess. With the speed. I'm on a D+. I think it's fine. I can see it being even better. I can see it being better. It's not bad.
There's always like some archetype in the format that would play like 2-3 of these Tormenting Voices, and I'm always surprised by it at the end of the format.
Yeah. There is no enchantment synergies, there is no sex synergies, there is no graveyard synergies. So this ain't gonna do anything but be Tormenting Voice and then enable the speed and give haste.
Well, there are discard synergies, but minor.
Haste on 5 turn? Okay, if this is haste on 5 turn, then your game went perfectly. It's not gonna be haste on 5 turn, it's gonna be haste on like way later turn. It's like, there's no way. There's gonna be that one screenshot that somebody's gonna share on Reddit that they got that to be haste. A lightning strike for 1 in a red. Instant lightning strike deals 3 damage to any target. Very, very good, very nice. Reach as well. I'm just gonna be on a B-.
A B- is fine.
You're writing in
are
you writing in the grades?
I'm updating the grades, yes.
Yay! Thank you.
Prowcatcher Specialist, 1 in a red for a creature Goblin Warrior. It's a 2/1 with haste. Exhaust 3 and a red. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on this creature. Yeah, I'm into this one. This is nice for me. Like getting a poke in early, getting 2 pokes in early. Strong. Really nice double speller. Even on 4, you know, can really swing combat in your favor, and then also can just get in for a clock or trade up. Threat of activation is real on this. This is a lot of good stuff, in my opinion, on a common. This is a C+ for me.
2/1, not great, but it's haste, why not? But the threat to activation is the big deal. Yeah, be a very big deal. I'm still gonna be on a C, just because like 2/1 is the base stat line, and if they have 3 powered creature as a 3-drop, you really don't want to expand that. Even if it's a 4-drop that they have, you just paid 6 mana for it. So like the exhaust is nice, but it's nothing that special. I'm gonna be on a C because it feels like maybe the best red 2-drop, and you gotta get 2-drops in your deck. So yeah, why not? C seems fine. Could go a bit down. I don't think it's gonna go up. Gastal Blockbuster. What is Gastal? Gastal is everywhere. What is Gastal?
Gas and Tall put together.
Okay. 2 and a red. It's a 3/2. When this creature enters, you may sacrifice a creature or vehicle. When you do, destroy target artifact an opponent controls. Okay, there's a lot of things this destroys. A lot of things. Doesn't have to be non-token. There's a lot of things this. I see why this is not just destroy enchantment or artifact or just destroy artifact, right? Like this is definitely made for limited. We have way better cards that are not rares with these effects. But this actually kills so many things in this set. So I kind of really like this one. I think it's at least a C. If you can go a little bit wide, I think it's at least a C. I'm gonna go for a C. But I can see it being a C+. What do you think?
Okay, well, I'm on a C+. Especially since sacrifice things are relatively unique.
It can sack itself, Scotty.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good things about this.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good things. There's a lot of artifacts that you could just have lying around, and there's many times in the past we said, "Oh, there's no sacrifice synergies, too bad," right?
This is the
But
one.
yeah, I mean, but and that makes it relatively important. That means there's going to be enough fodder for it for sure.
Yeah, the black bauble
And it has a good effect.
-2 into this is devastating.
Yeah, it has a great effect. Well, no, but that does nothing. But yeah,
What do you mean? Oh fuck!
you can't sack.
Again. We literally talked about it 2 days ago. No, it does nothing. It's got to be artifact creature, which means usually a top tier, right? It's just a top tier usually.
Or just whatever creature you have lying around.
Yeah, any creature. God damn it! Only creature or vehicle. Ah, we had discussion about this card a few days ago. C+, okay. I can see that, but I'm gonna start as a C. Gonna be a little bit careful. It is a bit conditional, but so many targets.
This is me, Goblin Surveyor. Goblin Surveyor is a 2 red for a 3 mana. Goblin Scout's a 3/2. Trample, start your engines. Max speed 3. Exile this card from your graveyard. Draw. This is nice. I actually do think this is reasonable. This is a reasonable, nice 3-drop. It does everything totally fine, I think. So I actually like Trample and speed. Because like if they block with a 2-drop, you still get a little bit of speed. This is just going to trade off with everything. And then it's going to go to the graveyard eventually. Going to get a little bit of value from it. It's not great at doing anything, but it does a little bit. And I think I'm going to end up being totally fine. Like if this card just rounds out my deck, I'm going to be pretty happy with it. So this is a C- for me.
Yeah, that 3 mana 3 to trample is horrible. But I guess start your engines and maybe drawing a card at one point is pretty nice. So I can be on a C- as well. And I can see it, like the chat is saying, I can see this being better than what it looks, but the stat line is so bad. It's really bad. Trample is kind of cool because if they block with a 2/2, which they kind of won't, then you're gonna push through the damage to get speed to the next step. Alright, next up, Magma Keen Artillerist. For 2 and a red, it's a 1/4. Whenever you discard one or more cards, this creature deals that much damage to each opponent. For 1 and a red, you can cycle it. When you cycle this card, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. Okay, this is a problem. I think you're gonna be discarding that much. And this is horrible stat line. This is a 1/4. When I see 3 mana 1/4s, I want them to draw me cards and stuff like that. Like make more creatures. Or deal 1 damage randomly, very rarely. I don't think it's a build around as well. I just don't think it's gonna work. And I don't think there's a lot of cyclers as well. Because the cyclers cost 2. I don't really count those as cyclers. I don't want to spend my turn to cycle 1 card. Or maybe 2 cards, hopefully. My later turns. This is not the way I want to get my engines up as well, because then again, I'm cycling and that costs a lot. Free looting in Izzet, that's what I'm looking for, but I don't think I want this to be the payoff. Just like, because the 1/4 is such a bad stat line. I would rather play well-statted 3-drop that can attack. I think you deal more damage like that. So, I hate this. I'm gonna give it a D.
D as well. Nothing really to add. Clamorous Ironclad. Oh. Clamorous Ironclad, 3 and a red for an artifact vehicle. It's a 6/3 with menace, crew 3, cycling red. This is very interesting as a card. To me, this is more of a cycling one card than it is a vehicle. But the vehicle's nice, I guess. The vehicle's nice. Like 6/3 Menace does hit relatively hard, but I'm pretty much only playing this if I can reliably crew this. So I'm thinking that this wants to be more of a cycling quote unquote payoff if I do end up in that deck, and normally not run it. I see this card like as like 75% cycling red and 25%, yeah, if you have a pretty good board presence and you just want something to slap at your opponent and then reduce the board a little, then it's here. So not great for me. This is a D plus.
Oh, this is I think this is absolute garbage. Horrible. I don't believe in this cycling thing. Okay, just to say one thing. The last card that we saw, that is the, if I remember correctly, is this the only payoff for cycling on common?
I think so, yes.
This is the only payoff on common. Okay, so the only one. So that's a little bit of a problem. So 1 mana cycling is kind of nice here, and it's good that it's not colorless. There are some uncommons that maybe you would like this for, so that's kind of nice, I guess. The body is really bad. Like the 3 toughness on a 4-drop, that's a vehicle. Crew 3 on a 4-drop vehicle. So like if you're gonna play this, you're gonna play it only for cycling, and this is like 4, 6, 3 toughness, crew 3, man, that is abysmally bad body. That's like unplayable vehicle. So cycling is the thing. Okay, is it okay? Is this okay because I'm cycling? I can cycle it, and I don't think it is, unless you.
I don't think you can play this without payoffs.
Yeah, I think you're like, just like, I only ever want to cycle this. So this is like nothing. Cycle for 1, which is not the end of the world. So I'm gonna go with a D- for this one. And then if you really need it for that deck, which I don't think it's gonna come together almost ever, because it's about the uncommons, and uncommon payoffs are not crazy. They just like put some counters on them. That's it. That's it. There's nothing else. They just put a little bit of a counters on them. There's 2 creatures that put plus and plus and counters on them, which is cool. But there's, yeah, cycling for 1, D-. Just, if you didn't have cycling F, never put it in the deck. Cycling for 1, D-, pretty big difference. Still, I think it's bad. Crash and Burn for 3 and a red. Choose 1, destroy target vehicle. Instant speed, by the way. Crash and Burn deals 6 damage to target creature or planeswalker. So you can kill any vehicle, very nice. It doesn't have to be crewed. And 6 damage is kill basically anything. I'm very happy that this card exists, because we have seen, I don't know why, red having always has like a 5 mana. A lot of times it's 5 mana sorcery that is kind of like this. And it's like you never want to play it, because it doesn't even kill. It doesn't kill literally everything, but kind of almost does. And it basically always trades down. And if it's sorcery speed, you just gotta use it without having like countering opponent trick, aura or something, or a double block. So this is pretty decent. I like this as a removal spell. It's not. It is still 4 mana. The targeting vehicle is very nice. It's just like it's gonna treat vehicles as creatures. I'm actually gonna be on a C for this one. I think this is very serviceable.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty close to a C+, but I'll start as a C. Thunderhead Gunner. Thunderhead Gunner is 4 and a red for a creature shark pirate. It's a 4/5 with reach. Discard a card, draw a card. Activate only as a sorcery and only once each turn. Oh, this is a lovely 5-drop. I actually think this is quite good. Big fan. Free is free. Free is good. Free is good.
Free is
good
free.
Spell. Good ability.
Yeah.
Free and no tap. Free and don't even have to tap. You can attack. You can attack with this on turn 6 and still rummage.
Yeah.
That's wild. You could rummage then attack. Amazing.
You can attack then rummage in the middle of that.
This ability.
No, you cannot.
Good.
It's sorcery.
The ability is very good. Reach is good on a 4/5.
Sorcery.
I'm a big fan of a 4/5 reacher. But yeah, I think as far as 5-drops go, this is very nice for me. This is a C+, and which is super high for a 5-drop.
C+ is like broken 5-drop, right?
Yeah, this is busted 5-drop.
This is pretty crazy. There is no more secret reach. Actually, there is. Sometimes there is secret reach, but much rarely on arena now. This is only once each turn. This is only once each turn, guys. Chill. Only once each turn. Still great.
If it wasn't once each turn, you could just play this 3-drop and then this and kill your opponent immediately.
Literally kill them immediately, yeah.
Or from like 20 life.
Exactly. I don't know why chat said deal 5 damage. Why not deal 20? Like, why 5? Okay, 5, that's it. I gotta be fair, gotta be mindful for my opponent's feelings. Well, that being said, if you play 20 of these, you can do this 20 times. Thanks, Dr. Bunt. C plus for a 5-drop, man. I mean, I kind of want to do that, but it is so high. Wait. But you know what you kind of can do? No, that doesn't make sense. I was thinking, like, if you play this one, you can discard the other 5-drops to maybe get double spell turns or something. The other 5-drops like this one. And this is really good. This is really good. It's hard because it's a 5-drop. How many 5-drops can you put in a deck? If it's C+, then a lot of them, right?
Yeah, like 4.
Oh my god, it's hard.
If I had 4 of these, I'd be like, all right, sure. I mean, my deck's a little clunky, but I'm not that unhappy.
And 4 of these
I play the first one, I pitch the other one.
But once you have 5 mana, why would you ditch the other one?
That's true, you're right. I would just play them one after another.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, when you have 2-drops...
Never draw land again.
When you have 2-drops with effects like this, then it's like, yeah, I can just ditch my things that I don't need, which might be 5-drops. But when you have 5-drops, it's gonna take a while before you ditch these. I mean, I kind of really want to do give it a C+, and I'm gonna give it a C+, but I can see us being very wrong, because this is a 5-drop.
No, have faith. Look at its mouth. It's so big.
It's such a big mouth, and that's the only thing that works for Scotty. Yeah, okay, C+. It's free, but I think we are gonna be wrong about this one. It's such a it's such a beautiful effect. It's such an enticing effect. It's like, yes. But on a 5-drop, I think we are gonna be a bit wrong with this one. But I can't give it lower than a C+. I can't. It's impossible. Oh yeah, okay, C+. I cannot believe I'm giving a common 5-drop a C+. Okay, before we go to the uncommons, I just gotta say, like, Black does have a good amount of Red does have a good amount of 2-drops. But I'm not sure if... But they are not very aggressively statted, right? They don't really snowball. Do you get the same feeling?
Well, I mean, commons... Well, actually, I say commons don't usually snowball, but, like, Trained Airings is a snowball, isn't it?
Like, any aggressive set has snowballing 2-drops. Or ways to snowball them.
I mean, the 2-drops are pretty good. And I'm going to be honest, if you want to talk about a snowball, it's going to feel really bad if the Treasure Maker is uncontested. If that Treasure Maker gets to make 2 treasures,
yeah,
you're really far behind.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Which can happen. But none of them just... No, I'm just thinking about, like, the set still doesn't feel aggressive. That's what I'm thinking about. Because good 2-drops, I like them. I do like them. But all of them just trade with basically anything. So it's not like, oh, I'm gonna keep attacking with my 2-drops. And opponent is gonna start blocking on turn 5. Now they should just start blocking this as soon as they play any creature.
Yeah, there's no, like, fundamental ability that makes it so your 2-drops are harder to block if they're uncontested.
Yeah. So still the set doesn't feel that fast. Let's get on to the uncommon red cards. First off, we got Grease Branch Goblin. Did I steal your read? What can you do?
Go ahead.
For a red, we got a 2/1 with an exhaust ability. For 2 and a red, discard up to 2 cards and draw that many cards. Put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! This is nice. Good thing. Whoa! Well, if this was a common, I would be like, okay, there's more things to be aggressive with. So 2-1 means it trades with things, it proves vehicles, it starts the speed faster, it's a decent body. 3 mana it becomes a 3-2, so it trades more, but that's a lot of mana to expend. But like discard 2 and draw 2, or discard 1, draw 1. That's a real deal. I love this freaking 1 drop. This is a great 1 drop. Sorry, is it a C plus or a B minus? I think it's a C plus.
I think it's a C plus.
Yeah.
I think the effect is not dominating enough to be a B minus, but it's very good.
Yeah. C plus. Very nice. Very nice.
Marauding Mako. This is a big one. Marauding Mako is red for creature shark pirate 1/1. Whenever you discard one or more cards, put that many +1/+1 counters on this creature. Cycling 2. I'm saying this one is a big one because there's a couple questions you have to ask for. How much of the set is about cycling a la Ikoria? And, or, how good is this card if you're not doing that thing? So here's my estimations. You're not going to be doing that thing. Like that Ikoria thing is never going to happen again, honestly. In the entire history, I think I would bet in the entire course of Magic, it's not going to happen again. They've learned.
So you mean
Cycling one
colorless,
all your
one
cards.
colorless cycling?
Yeah, it's not going to happen. That
Yeah.
was a huge mistake. They know that. 2, for colorless cycling cards and a lot of cards, is infinitely more than 1. To the point
Infinitely.
where it's bad. It's the difference between busted and like kind of bad. So I think that you're not going to have like a dedicated cycling deck in the same capacity, and at the same time, this card is still like okay if you're just sort of half doing the cycling thing and not all in. If you're not all in, it's like still okay. If you're playing this anywhere but turn 1, it's pretty mediocre, but at least you can get rid of it later. Not great because it's still cycling 2. But I'm relatively low on this. Relatively low. Being a C.
Yeah, if you get in the right deck, like with those 5 drops and so on, this can grow. Like if this grows to 2-2, that's amazing. If it grows to 2-2 quickly, is gonna be the big deal about this, right? It is it. It is probably is it. You know, I'm gonna be on a C as well, because in some decks this is gonna be unplayable garbage. And in some decks this is gonna be, hell yeah, this is what I want, this is what I need. But really, in some decks I feel like it's gonna be, nope, I have it, and it's not going in my deck. And it's not gonna be super rare. Let's go with a C, because I think it has a high ceiling, but of extremely low floor, so I don't want to really take it that early. I want to kind of see what I have and then take it. Road Rage for red. Road Rage deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker at instant speed, where X is 2 plus the number of mounts and vehicles you control. Wow, wow, wee wee, that's something. It's like a shock for creatures, but whoa! Like if this deals 3 damage, that's crazy, but sometimes it's gonna be 4. This is crazy. I'm gonna give this a B. Not a B minus, just a B. This feels crazy. Instant speed. And it's sometimes gonna kill like 4 drops, 5 drops for 1 mana. What the hell? What do you think, Scotty?
This card is sick.
Sick.
Yeah, this is premium, incredibly premium. Yeah, this is a B for sure. I could see it being a B plus, but this is a B.
Best red card so far. This is gonna be wild.
Absolutely.
Scotty, do you drive?
No, I hate cars.
Okay. I wanted to ask you, how are you with, are you a road rage type of guy? Like
Absolutely.
You would be? You tried?
No. I'm not. That's not a unknown. You can ask Ken. I get so angry in a car.
This is like with so it's like you're like you're all nice and calm all the time, but then when you have like this shell around you, but you're just like what, you start like raging at everybody, calling people names.
When I am in every other aspect of my life, not everybody is trying to kill me. When I'm in a car, the moment I get in a car and I get on the road, everyone tries to kill me because they're all such bad drivers. Everyone is so crap at driving. They're so
Everyone-
bad.
I don't know.
Use your freaking signal.
This is no.
Maybe it's because I live in America. Maybe all you Europeans are fantastic drivers, but I live in United States of freedom, America, and no one knows how to drive.
That's usually what every road rage person says. That's like that's like school example. Like if you're road raging, those are your feelings. Everybody sucks at driving.
No, but I'm an amazing. But it's true, because I know I'm different because I'm an amazing driver. I'm a perfect driver.
You're joking now, but
I'm the best driver I know.
The first part that you said kind of points towards that, exactly towards that. So it's kind of like a joke, but kind of like
because everyone who road rages is justified because everyone else is trying to kill them.
I'm like,
it's true.
Super chill. Like literally, if there's almost a crash where somebody did something crazy and doesn't make any sense and almost crashed into me, I'm just I'm gonna be chill, but I'm gonna say like, what the fuck was this?
No regard for your own life.
No. I mean,
anyway,
my heart is gonna start racing if they almost like ran into me for no reason or something. My heart's gonna start racing, but I don't know. I'm not angry. I'm a defensive driver. I don't drive slowly, but I always like to have room in front of me. People like honk and get angry, like, oh, why do you have a couple of meters in front of you? They're like, and then they're like, they honk, they pass me, and I go behind them a couple of meters again, and I'm looking at them like, wow, you now, and we drive for the next like 10 minutes, and they are 5 meters in front of me, and now they're gonna get to their destination 1 second before they would if they just drive behind me. And it's like, I don't rage at that. I'm just like, why? I just like chill out and try not to kill people or yourself. But I don't rage at those things. It's people are people. But it's not that easy to get into a car crash as well. I think it feels like it's harder. Like if you're mindful and if you don't do crazy things, like, oh, now I gotta go to the next. Like if I gotta turn right, but for some reason I kind of miss it, and I could turn right. Like if I go quickly to the other side, I'm probably just gonna be like, oh, I'm just gonna drive forward and go circle back. Maybe it takes me a few more minutes to get to my destination, but I'm just gonna circle back. It's fine. Just I don't want to get into these situations where people are in danger. I love driving, by the way. I love it.
Right. It must be nice to have space.
Space in front of you? Oh, I cannot.
No, space in your country.
Space for?
Space in your country.
Must be nice to have space in your country.
Yeah, is Croatia, is it relatively spacious?
No, I mean, it's always your choice how much space there's going to be between you and the driver in the front. I cannot control what's happening.
I'm talking about your streets and your roads. Is it like how big is it? I live on a rock. Everything's tiny.
There is not enough. There is not enough roads, and they're not big enough in my city.
Gosh, is Hawaii larger than Croatia? I mean, I don't actually know because I'm American, but.
So I live in Zagreb. There is 1 million people here. Something like that. Croatia is not big; it's small. Like there's like 4 million people, maybe 5. I don't know, in the whole Croatia.
Okay, that's like 4 times as large as where I live.
But it's like there is like. It's just I cannot control the space behind me. Like that, these people are just going to be like, I gotta get there 3 meters faster. But in front of me, just like, I don't know. Defensive driving is good, which doesn't mean you drive slowly. Alright. I would like to drive with you and experience that. I can't imagine you being like that.
I think Sky Crash is a B-. It's really good. Yeah. This is 1 out of red for an instant target artifact. Destroy target artifact, cycling red.
What do you give it?
Yeah, it's a really strong. This is a strong effect. It's a strong effect, relatively cheap, instant speed, with a nice bail. Nice bailout. This is a B- for me. I think this is quite good.
Wait, what? Croatia is double. The whole Croatia is double size than Hawaii.
Hawaii is tiny. Hawaii is an island.
No. I thought it was gonna be. No, this is the opposite from what I'm thinking. Is what you're saying.
You thought it was gonna be way smaller, way bigger.
I thought Croatia was gonna be way bigger.
I see.
Wait, so Hawaii is huge if it's like.
Well, you also might have to. I don't know if Yidna is accounting for Oahu, which is where I live, or the entire state. The entire state comprises of 9 islands. Or 8 islands? Uh-oh, I should probably know this.
Hmm.
It comprises of 8 islands. And then Las Vegas is jokingly the 9th island. Anyway, it comprises of 8 islands.
I didn't know it was that big. I mean, Croatia is small, but I mean, that's an island. It's not like Hawaii is USA. It's like a small part of it. So I was like, I didn't think this, man. Okay, that's much bigger. All right. So Sky Crash, what do you give it?
B minus.
B minus? It's not always gonna have a target, is the thing. Like it's not always gonna be like that. So how many artifacts are there? Are a lot of 20. There are a lot of artifacts. So a lot of them are kind of like 2-drops. You can just cycle it for 1. It's fine. Like this is the thing. Like you can just cycle it for 1, and this is fine. I'm gonna be on a C plus or a C for this one. I don't think half of the set is not artifacts. There's like 23 artifacts on common. There's only 23 out of 96 cards. And I mean, a lot of them are vehicles that you're not gonna put in a deck really. A lot of them are cards that you're not gonna put in the deck as well. Good amount are 2-drops, which you're just trading 2 for 2, which is fine. It's not like, oh, this is always gonna be amazing. So I actually, maybe it's C. Maybe it's actually C. But it's so easy just to cycle it for 1. That's fine. You can get that in. Okay, I'm gonna give it a C. Can you change my grade to C, not a C plus?
I didn't even give you a grade yet. Yeah, C is good.
He's good. Wait. Oh, sorry. I just, is this a C plus? This is not. I don't think artifacts are gonna be that present, and usually it's gonna be trade 1 for 1, and they maybe gotten some advantage. What about uncommons? So there are uncommons though that are good artifacts. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a C for now, but it does feel good. It does feel good. I don't think I think half of the set is not artifacts, and half of the good cards is definitely not artifacts. It's not gonna be that easy to be like this always has a great case. But I can see it going to a C plus and higher. I can see that.
Tyrox, Saurid Tyrant, 1 in a red for 4/1. Legendary creature, dinosaur warrior. That's it. Hits pretty hard, trades with literally everything. Best case scenario, you're on the play and your opponent misses their 2-drop and you get a hidden for 4. I mean, yeah, this can trade off with like your opponent's like 5-drop if you're like super lucky, or their 4-drop, you know, it's nice. But a vast majority of the time, or rather not a vast, but a majority of the time, I think you can play it on turn 2 and it's going to stare at your opponent's stuff. So
Rep.
I think this is a C. I think this is a D plus.
D plus? I don't give a fuck about this. I'm just gonna give it a D. It's 2-drop, and you definitely don't want multiples of these. I mean, I don't know. I just maybe want to give it a D minus, but let's start with a D. It's crappy, and you really don't want to pick you don't want to pick 2 of these. You want maximum of 1. So if I get it, I get it. If I need it, but I don't care. Adrenaline Jockey for 2 and a red. It's a 3/3 Minotaur pilot. Another freaking pilot. Whenever a player casts a spell, if it's not their turn, this creature deals 4 damage to them. Okay. Whenever you activate an exhaust ability, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Yeah, I'm into this. So it has like that. The lizard. I forgot the name. The dinosaur ability. Dinosaur is a 4/3. Not bad. But this is real deal. Activating the exhaust ability. This is a real deal. If this grows to a 4/4, that's crazy amazing. 3/3 is just normal vanilla thing. Yeah, I don't know why this needs to be a pilot, but it is, just to mess with our minds. This is solid. I'm gonna give it a C or C plus. I'm okay with a C plus. What do you think, Scotty?
I think it's C plus. Yeah, it's really nice that you can actually still operate at instant speed, because exhaust is an instant speed thing, and ideally you have more exhaust cards in your opponent. So I think that's cute. I think it's good. Yeah, I think it's a good card. So C+ for me.
Yeah, Gruul. Oh, yeah, it is gonna be great in Gruul. Great, great, great.
Fuel the Flames.
Yeah.
Fuel the Flames is 2 and a red. For an instant, Fuel the Flames deals 2 damage to each creature, cycling 2. I mean, I don't really care about this. It misses vehicles. It's highly conditional. Cycling 2 is not great. It's slow. It's slow to just try to include this card and randomly nab somebody. Yeah, sure, sometimes you're going to put in the sideboard, but I'm afraid that those decks that this is good against will also just have incidental vehicles. It's nice that this is an instant, so maybe if your opponent's not savvy, they'll accrue, and you can get them. You know, you can get their cycle that they played for 2 mana, and you'll feel really good about it. But also, if you're playing against someone who's savvy, they just won't do that. They just won't do that. Instant speed means that you can block larger creatures and then trade off your small creatures for large creatures. And all of that, I think, adds up to be a pretty mediocre card. Pretty mediocre. I think this is a D with a sideboard X.
Sure, yeah, definitely sideboard great. I'm okay with a D. Instant speed matters, cycling matters, pretty bad card. It's kind of cool, like if they have some vehicles, they attack with those, and then you can just like set up these blocks that kills their vehicles as well. Your vehicles survive, so kind of cool, kind of cool. I think it's gonna be really nice in the sideboard, this one, really nice. But yeah, on its own, don't care that much. And feels like I'm playing a lot of 2-drops in red. Outpace Oblivion for a 2 and a red. An enchantment, start your engines. And when this enchantment enters, it deals 5 damage to up to 1 target creature or planeswalker. For 2 and sacrifice this enchantment, it deals 2 damage to each player who doesn't have max speed. Alright, so basically sorcery speed, deal 5. And why start your engines if you didn't already, why not? That's kinda nice. I like those 2 effects. These 2 sacrifice your enchantment, whatever. It's something, why not? It's good that it's there. I don't know if you're gonna have max speed or opponent. Oh, it's not max speed sacrifice this enchantment. Oh,
yeah, this
wait.
is hot, isn't it?
This is great.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like every single card has like, if you have max speed, then you can do this. No, this is just like you can do this. Wait, that is really nice. This is gonna help you get to max speed. I mean, it's also gonna deal damage to you. But it's just like, if you want it, if you need it, why not? Let's do it. Okay, so no max speed effect on this one. You can just do everything.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter for that many cards, but like, it is also combat. Like, so not many cards actually increase stats on max speed.